Yeah, hi there, and these comments are for M, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons, and I'm going to take a look at your essay that you submitted online, and let's take a look at this one, and this is an integrated writing practice test, and as you know, I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the online course. And your first paragraph looks good, so I don't think there's any problems here. The first negative result for homeschooling, you might say this. What you said is a little bit wordy. The first negative result for homeschooling students, according to the reading passage, is the deprivation of much-needed social interaction. However, the listening passage opposes that. Not quite complete here. So then you might say the listening passage opposes that idea by explaining that a lot of top paid jobs, we usually don't say that, we'll use active meaning here. A lot of top paying jobs such as accounting do not require, I wouldn't say essential. If you say essential, means it's necessary. So you want to act like it's not that necessary here. So do not require social skills. In fact, acquired and practiced skills are not the same for all students. If one feels shy by his surroundings and therefore is not able to study comfortably, homeschooling gives him a relaxed and secure environment. Good. Secondly, the reading passage assumes that irresponsible parents lead their children . I would say here maybe not have. Just say toward. Use a preposition. The lack of credential. You want to say here teachers. The lack of credentialed teachers and time to teach their children. Or maybe say this. That parents lack credentials, the credentials, and the time to teach your children. I would just say here is a cause. Just say causes students to learn. I'm going to say here ineffectively. I think you're changing the meaning here. I think it has a negative impact on their learning, not positive. Am I right? Let's check. Let's check for a minute here. So if we go back to the reading passage, here, so they have the time, they lack their credentials and the time to teach their children, so they're irresponsible. So I would say ineffective there, not effective. That's going to be your better word there. You said conversely, the listening passage states that the variety of social networks and extra activities and online access to teachers can help homeschoolers to achieve their academic, I'm just going to say here, studies. You wrote it very wordy. I'm going to say achieve their academic studies. But you've kind of said this idea here. I don't know why you're repeating this twice, so we need to get rid of that. Say, for example, technology allows them to have access to the students' work, and in reverse, students can receive teachers' guide through computers. You want to say here, too, qualified or I would say here, guidance. Use the noun. This is the noun thing, not the noun person. So students can receive qualified or credentialed teachers' guidance through computers and easily make copies of textbooks and important papers for themselves. So you had a little bit of trouble with some information here. We got one more. Find where the reading passage indicates that homeschooling does not make students. Yeah, I want to say prevents students. What you said is a little wordy. I'm going to say from being punctual and responsible. Again, this is too wordy. We don't usually say contrasting that. Now, you could say this. You'll see people say that in writing. In contrast, the listening passage shows the only problem is you just have one little sentence here and all of this is about the listening passage. So that's not very balanced. This one is a little bit better. Here so you have a tendency to focus a little bit too much on the listening. You should try to balance it out where each of your paragraphs you're spending about equal time discussing the points in the reading and equal time discussing the points in the listening. In contrast, the listening passage shows that homeschoolers are more self-reliant and independent, which helps them a lot for later, I'm going to say careers, because you have homeschoolers here. They can answer questions on their own without any help. They have no parents to push them to go to college because they can do it independently, and they can successfully go through academic issues by themselves. And that is a really well-written sentence. I love that. Good job. Okay, so I think we're good. So I think overall, let me go back to the rubrics. Okay, here we go. So your score here, I'm going to put you, I think you're pretty close between 3.5 and 3.7 here. I did make a few changes in your writing here. So I'm going to put you at 3.5 out of 5, 22 points out of 30. Now if we go to your syllabus, 3.5 is going to put you at 82% on this assignment. All right, so overall I think you had a pretty good essay.